This design has not gone to plan. For starters, I meant to make the hat in black. I thought it would look pretty good in black, and for some reason I just prepared my purple balloons. So try to imagine the hat in black. I think it would look better. Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artworks in the UK. Take a small piece of 260, tie a knot, and then tie a second knot in the 260. So you've got 2 knots on top of one another, and then just trim off the excess latex on each side of the knot. Okay, so that's left 2 little knots, and we call that a raisin. Put the raisin inside the 11 or 12-inch balloon, and then fully inflate this balloon. Okay, I wasn't counting, so it's usually around about 26 strokes of the hand pump. Okay, and then let out a little bit of air, because we want to be able to pinch hold of the bottom, and then tie a knot, tie a soft knot. So don't pull the knot tightly. You just want to be able to roll that knot along the neck, okay? Which means we can, there's a little bit of, a bit more give in the balloon. Just grab hold of the raisin at the base of the balloon and give it a twist. And then wrap your 160 around the raisin. And then tie a knot. And when I'm doing this, I do like to tie a second knot, just to be on the safe side. For this design, I'm using my standard base, which is 8 5-inch rounds, 4 inflated to 4.5 inches, or 4 strokes of the Qualatex hand pump, and the other 4 inflated to 4 inches, or 3 strokes of the Qualatex hand pump, and then attach either a sand weight or a water weight to the base. So if you haven't made a base like this before, I'll leave a link in the description below to other tutorials where you can find those instructions. I've shown this many times, so I'll leave the link there. Take the tails from that 160 and just pull them into the base and wrap around in a figure of 8 motion. And that will secure everything together. I've inflated the 260 to a 1-finger tail and tie the ends together. Okay, split the balloon in half. So approximately in half, just grasp here and then twist that top section. Okay, and then you can bring those 2 sections together, wrap around and pass one through the other, and that's just going to lock those in position. And then we can just pass these underneath the frog's body, cross over at the front, okay, and that's just going to lock those in position. We don't especially want our frog's legs to look like this, so just grasp hold of them and just using the heat from your hands, just gently massage that balloon upwards. It just gives it a little upward curve, and that's the sort of thing that makes all the difference to the look of your sculptures. They look finished off. Fully inflate a 5-inch balloon. These are going to be the eyes. And then let out a lot of air. So you're looking for a balloon that's about the palm of your hand, maybe about 3 inches or so. And then we're going to create a split duplet. So we're going to split this in half. One hand is going to twist this way, the other hand is going to twist that way. Okay, and as you twist, try and judge, try and feel whether the air seems to be even as you split the balloon. Okay, so that's a little bit off, so I'm going to try again. Okay, and as I twist, I'm going to really try and concentrate. That looks a little bit better. Okay, and it doesn't matter for this design whether the eyes are a little bit different in size. It's a frog. Sometimes it can give it a really quite cute, quirky look. And then connect that split duplicate to the top of your green balloon by wrapping in the knot and nozzle from your other balloon. I've inflated a 350 balloon to a 2 to 3 finger tail, and I'm going to just wrap the knot and nozzle into the base, wrap around a couple of times, pass the balloon through the centre of the frog's leg and pull it upwards, and then take the balloon up over the top of the frog's head, again through that leg. It wants to be fitted quite snugly, and then just wrap the end into the base and wrap that around a few times. Create a split duplicate with another balloon to match the hat, and this time we're going to position it here, and we're going to pull the tail underneath the 350 and wrap the knot into the eyes at the front. Just pull that through and wrap it in. And you're going to be able to grasp hold of the eyeballs at the front and pull those forward. Because you want this section of balloon to fit snugly to the frog's head. I've got another 350 with a 3 finger tail, and I've just realised I actually meant to do the hat in black. So that was my intention. Okay, so just wrap that in there. And then wrap the other end into the base. I've got another 350 with a 4 finger tail, and I'm going to wrap this around the hat, the top of the hat. Take hold of that knot and nozzle, just check how it's looking at the front, and then twist a bubble here, and you can wrap the knot around that bubble a couple of times, okay? And we're going to pinch twist this bubble, so just grasp hold of the bubble, pull it upwards, twist it around a few times, okay? And then we can snip off this end, letting the air out, and then just tie that in a knot. Take another split duplicate and connect that here into the other purple split duplicate. So just pull that around and connect, okay? Got a 260, which I'm just going to wrap around the top of the hat, twist a bubble here, pass the knot and nozzle around, snip off the end, and tie a knot. And then we can just trim off the excess here. I've got a gold 260. I'm not going to use all of this. I'm making a bubble of about 3 fingers, followed by another bubble of about the same size. Okay, bring these 2 bubbles together, twist them around. We can now snip off the end here, and we can use this excess, wrap it around the centre, and then tie a knot. And that's just going to pinch twist those 2 bubbles. Okay, we can trim off the excess at the back here, and we can just wrap this into this section here. I'm going to angle this and just give it some shaping, because I want to be able to see the curve of the witch's hat to one side. I've drawn the eyes using a black Sharpie fine point. I've used an Edding 750 paint pen for the eye highlights, and I've used a brush tip Sharpie just to draw on the green spots, which I think really do add such a lot to this design. And these brush tips are fantastic. We find them really difficult to get hold of here in the UK. So as usual, I will leave links to as many of the products as I possibly can do in the description below. So all the products that I've used that I can find online, I'll leave links for you there. I've inflated 160 to a tail of about 6 fingers or so, and we're going to make loops of about 5 fingers. So as if you were making a flower petal, so just twist a loop, wrap it around and pass the knot and nozzle through the centre. So that's going to make sure that doesn't slip undone. Make another loop of about the same size. Don't worry if it's a slightly different size, it doesn't matter. And take that knot and nozzle and wrap it around that second loop, and then make one more loop. Okay. And then we can just snip off the end and let the air out and tie. And to make another one of these, I just want to add a little more detail to the frog's eyes. So I'm just going to inflate a 260 orange just with the smallest amount of air and tie that in a knot, and then I'm going to tie the ends together. Easier said than done sometimes. Okay, so we've got this band, and then I'm just going to slip this band behind the frog's eyes. You just pull it down, pressure fit, and then adjust. Take the ends of the 160 and just pull them into the base, and then adjust your frog's leg. I also like to shape the toes slightly just by massaging the ends. Just gives them a very slight curve. And then one final touch is just to give our frog some pink cheeks with a little bit of blusher. I apply with just my finger, just using a circular motion. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to give it a like and do subscribe to my channel. And if you've enjoyed this, I recommend this video next.